que vas a tener tu siguiente paciente para hacerte ceramaya.
Betty Contreras has worked for St. Vincent de Paul's Dental Clinic for 19 years. But her journey getting here was anything but easy. Born and raised in Chihuahua, Mexico, Betty and 10 of her siblings experienced many dark days.
My childhood was pretty tough. My mom was an alcoholic. That's all I saw when I was growing up. And I never met my father. I do not know how he looks. I don't know his name. I just knew my mom was there for time to time because she will be gone for months and then come back. And when she was back, she was always, drunk. And that was one of the biggest decisions that I made just by seeing my mom and going through all that, just to look for a better life.
At 11 years of age, carrying only a 5th grade education and unable to speak English, Betty made the decision to immigrate to the United States, Arizona in particular, where she planned to live with her older brother and his wife.
I came here thinking that I was gonna go to school, learn English. I'm gonna fix my papers. I'm gonna bring all my siblings, 10 siblings, to the United States and help them and to have a better life.
But that hope for a better life took a dramatic and unexpected turn at the hands of her sister-in-law.
Before starting school, because I was already enrolled in school, his wife started kind of like abusing me. I was only 11 years old, and she used to hit me a lot and lock me in a closet. I used to sleep in the closet. She used to, as soon as my brother will leave work, she used to put me in a closet, and she used to tell me, like, you're not getting out of here, you're gonna stay here the whole day until he comes back from work. And for quite a while, I didn't tell my brother because I didn't want him to have problems because of me. I started thinking of myself like, you came all the way from Mexico looking for a better life, and then you're gonna allow this person to just keep you in a closet. So I started fighting her. I started defending myself. My brother came back from work. She started crying, and she made it seem like I was attacking her. And she said, I don't want her here. I want you to get rid of your sister. But he didn't send me with no one, no relatives or anyone, because we didn't have no one. He just kicked me out of the house.
With nowhere to go and not knowing anyone else, Betty began knocking on doors in the neighborhood.
I started just asking people, can I stay here? And that's when everything began, just living from house to house. I just needed to clean. I was still too young to work, but I was just cleaning, making food, doing the chores in the house so I can just, be welcome into the house. And then I would move from a different house, meeting people, and just move until I started working.
Over the next several years, Betty worked odd jobs, including as a clerk at a drive-thru at Yoshi's fast food restaurant in Central Phoenix.
I knew how to take orders because they trained me at that place, but I didn't know how to speak English.
But on one particular evening, Dr. Schneider, the director of St. Vincent de Paul's Dental Clinic, was giving one of his assistants a ride home before stopping at Yoshi's for a bite to eat.
She and the other girl knew of each other. They didn't really know each other, but I guess the other girl had gone through a lot with their kids, and they both spoke Spanish.
Schneider was impressed with Betty's demeanor, which got him to thinking.
I was looking for someone at the front desk who could greet the patients and the parents, and who's someone who had an upbeat personality, make them feel at home here. Because in those days, a lot of people didn't feel at home giving their name or address or phone numbers, on medical history. A lot of them were undocumented. They didn't feel safe doing that.
Betty was asked if she would be interested in interviewing for a position at St. Vincent de Paul's Dental Clinic.
I was actually thinking that I was going to be hired as a janitor. I didn't care. I just needed a job. And my thinking was, I'm going to work on nights, cleaning his offices.
Instead, Dr. Schneider let her know that he was hiring her to work at the front desk.
Whenever it was time to leave the interview, she wanted to say something, I guess, to impress me that she was learning English. And the only thing she could think of was a commercial she'd seen that morning before she came over. When I went to shake hands goodbye, she goes, "Don't drink and drive."
Betty turned out to be a godsend. After a few years on the job, Dr. Snyder encouraged her to get her GED. A few years later, she married and started a family. Dr. Snyder then encouraged her to take college courses toward dental school. He also pushed for her to get her citizenship papers.
We all wrote letters. She probably had a mittful of letters she took, and I even took pictures of her working in the clinic and everything. And they went to El Paso, and they had their meeting, with the people, I guess immigration, and laid it all out. And I was kind of shocked. They told her, "You're going to have to go back."
They said that I needed to stay there 24 months because it was like a punishment for me crossing illegally. So I had to stay there for 2 years.
Betty took her youngest son with her and went to live with her husband's family in Juarez, Mexico, a family she had never met before.
I was heartbroken. I was just thinking about my oldest son, that I was going to be separated from him. It was hard.
After 2 long years, Betty had her interview with immigration and was approved back into the United States.
We were all so pumped and everything, and of course we hired her back immediately. And with less than a year, she'll be a citizen.
For the last 5 years, Betty has taken night classes at Phoenix College and is 2 courses shy of completing all of her prerequisites to enroll in dental school.
I think God puts you right where you need to be at the time you need to be there. And I think, that happened with her. And I think St. Vincent de Paul was just the perfect environment for her to grow and become the young lady she is now, and the doctor she's going to be in a few more years. Yeah.
I have a plan. It's once I graduate from school, I want to come back here. I want to do what Dr. Snyder does.
And Betty is determined to pay it forward, giving back and impacting lives at the very place her life was so positively and dramatically impacted.
Can you open, really?
At St. Vincent de Paul's Dental Clinic.
Oh yeah, look at this case.